to my channel. I am so excited about this reading vlog that we are about to start. You're shocked. I know. But in this reading vlog, I'm going to be reading two of my most anticipated releases of the year, so obviously the excitement levels are rather high. So we are just going to get into talking about the books that I'm planning to read in this vlog. I have three, two of which are like my most anticipated releases, and then there was this other one. I was like, you know, that's kind of an anticipated release, so I'm just gonna throw that in here too. So we have three, and I just cannot wait. So the first book is actually the only book that I have a physical copy of at the moment, and that is going to be A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. This is the third book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. This came out, I think, in very late October, but I've been focusing on reading like all of my spooky fall type of books, obviously. So now that it is finally November, it is time to get into the conclusion to this trilogy. However, I am a little scared to go into this book, honestly, because I've seen some people already reading it. I've seen some thoughts already, and they're not amazing. Like, they're not bad, but it's just, they're not great. But honestly, I think it's kind of good that I've had those initial thoughts already, so I can keep those in mind, kind of adjust my expectations for this, and then hopefully I will still really enjoy it. I think I will still enjoy it. Like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Like, that's the point of this vlog. We're gonna see. Then obviously the next book on this TBR is going to be Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. This is not out yet. I think it comes out in like 3 days maybe, because it's Saturday and it comes out on Tuesday. So Tuesday morning we're going to be going to Barnes & Noble, picking up a copy, because originally I had pre-ordered it from Barnes & Noble. And then I was like, this is not gonna get here on release day. So I canceled my pre-order and we're gonna go get it Tuesday morning. So that'll be fun. Obviously, I cannot wait to see the continuation of, I still don't know what the series is called that Fourth Wing is a part of, but I did prep for this because I did do my reread of, this is so freaking shiny, it's crazy. I did do my reread of Fourth Wing over the last few days. I did a very, very casual listen to the audiobook, and by casual, I mean like I got a Switch recently and I was like playing a game while I was listening to the audiobook of Fourth Wing, because like it's not that involved of a plot. I was kind of just, you know, doing some menial tasks while I was listening to my audiobook of Fourth Wing. I think I listened to like 300 pages yesterday, but I also really wanted to play my game, so I was like, this is perfect. Also, if you're curious, I'm playing Hollow Knight. It is so good. I love it so much. Like, look at this little guy. I love him. My game review for the day is that I really like Hollow Knight. It's gorgeous, honestly, but definitely plan to play a lot of my Switch this week too. Don't know how that's gonna gel with all the homework that I have to do, but I'm gonna make it work. But that small tangent aside, I'm so excited for Iron Flame. So that's going to be the other book that I'm reading in this vlog. And then I also have a manga volume because I forgot this was coming out, because honestly, I haven't really been loving the recent installments in this series. But Spy Family Volume 10 came out in October, I believe. And while I haven't really been loving Spy Family recently, I do believe there is like a little bit of a backstory going on for Twilight. And I do love Twilight, so I'm excited for that. I borrowed it on Libby. My hold came in a few days ago, so I was like, this is perfect. It's a new release, and just throw it in here. So I'm excited for that as well. And obviously I like to have some manga on my TBR for, you know, just something different. So there's kind of the TBR for the week. Some heavy hitters, honestly. I've been waiting for these for a while. We'll just pretend that Fourth Wing is Iron Flame so we can have a little visual representation here. But obviously I'm gonna be starting with A Curse for True Love, and then when Iron Flame comes out, I will pick that up. So there's all of the TBR information. As for my plans for today, I need to do some bookshelf reorganization, and I feel like in every single vlog I'm doing bookshelf reorganization, but I actually have a reason for it now. Because for the spooky season, I kind of switched some of my shelves around so I could have like my horror books like on a shelf that was like visible, and then I switched like some of these shelves around. So I'm kind of gonna be moving those around. I have some just other general organization that I need to do, and I need to undecorate them because it's November 4th now. I need to stop mourning the Halloween season and move on, to be honest. It'll be really sad, but like, it'll be fine. It's more special to like not have the Halloween decorations up all year. At least that's what I'm just gonna keep telling myself. So I need to take all of those off, just generally move some things around. So obviously we're gonna do that in this vlog. I know it seems like I do bookshelf reorganization in like every vlog. That's because I do. I also just got done filming my October TBR, so I have a big stack of books that I also need to put back on my shelves. And I figured like while my chair is away from my shelves here, it'd be the perfect time. Like easy access. I'm gonna get into that, and then later I'm definitely going to be starting A Curse for True Love. Very exciting. Honestly, there's only like one thing that I really need to see happen in this book, and if that happens, I will be content. So I've rambled long enough. Let's get into the vlog. This should be a very exciting vlog, so I hope you guys are excited as well. And let's go. So my books have been reorganized. I really like it. I think it, you know, it looks good. It looks basically the same as it did before, but better. I like having my rainbow shelf back, like, directly behind me. Also, I like that you can now see my beautiful edition of If We Were Villains, just like, while I'm sitting here, because I love her. And it was too high up before, so I fixed that. Also, as you guys saw, in very exciting news, my hold for the audiobook for A Curse for True Love came in. And like, I swear every time I'm about to read a book, like Libby just knows. And it's like, here is your audiobook. Like, thank you. That's everything I needed. But like, it's kind of scary sometimes, I can't lie. Before we get into like actually reading, I thought we could do a little bit of an unboxing because I do have the October Illumicrate box, and I thought we could unbox it. That might be fun. Ta-da! Alright, so the theme for October is something I'm really excited about because it is fairy tale forests. Forests? It's hard to say. But I know there's some good stuff in here, so let's check it out. First of all, the thing that I think I'm the most excited about, because it is inspired by the Folk of the Air series, is a like replica sword. It is as cute as I thought it was gonna be. Like, oh my god, the detail on this is so, I love the leaves. I love the leaves. Look at this. So like you have the leaves on the hilt. Do I know anything about swords? I do not know sword jargon. For somebody who reads so much fantasy, I don't know sword jargon. I'm just realizing this. Well, I need to know now. Hang on. Okay, so I think the entire thing here is the hilt. This specifically is the guard. Yes, these like leaves, these are the guard. This is the pommel. I love the little like leaf design on like the middle part of the hilt. We also have like the little design in the blade. I was like, this is the one part of the sword I should know on the blade. And oh, it's so cute. I love this so much. One of my favorite parts of the like physical Folk of the Air books is all like the little doodles in it. And I love that some of these are like being incorporated into the sword. This is so fun. I can't wait to put this with my Folk of the Air books. It's gonna look so good. Next up we have these really fun tabs. They have like, you know, fairy tale-esque things on them. Love this little, where'd it go? Mushroom. There it is. That's cute. And these are inspired by Bitterthorn, which I haven't read, but I've heard good things about, so they're really cute. Next is something that looks very fun. It is a desk mat. This is inspired by the last tale of the Flower Bride. Oh, that is cute. I don't have a desk mat, so maybe I'll use this one. I do really like the design on it. It's very pretty. It's good material. It kind of, I don't know how, like, it smells like matcha powder. Like, just straight up matcha powder, like Starbucks matcha powder. Like, I worked at Starbucks for a while, so I would always get a good whiff of their just, like, vat of matcha powder. And it smells exactly like that, which, like, is not a bad thing, because, like, I really like matcha, but it's weird. But this next thing is just honestly insane to me, and we need to talk about it. Hang on. Because they put in a journal, and not just like, you know, like a tiny little like notebook journal. It's like a really nice quality journal, and I still can't believe it. Like, look at this thing. First of all, it's inspired by A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. Very thematic, don't you agree? But, and like you have like the really cute foiling. It reminds me of the foiling on the like the UK editions of her books. But it's basically just like a really nice reading journal. It's got like the little dots and everything. And like, I don't know if I could ever switch to a square journal. I just don't know if that life is for me. But this is crazy. Like, it's really high quality. It's really nice. It's got like the, oh, it's even got a little ribbon bookmark. It's got like that nice flat lay. Like, I'm gonna have to find something to use this for. I don't think I'm gonna use this for my regular reading journal just because I like the journals that I use, but I want to use this for something. And then finally we do have the book, which I'm going to take out of the plastic first. And that is After the Forest by Kel Woods. First of all, look at this really pretty copper foiling on this. I love it. Like, honestly, I think copper foiling is like my favorite foiling. Like, I'm going to talk about it again. But like my edition of If We Were Villains right here, it has gorgeous copper foiling on it. And Circe, which I just got, also has gorgeous copper foiling on it. So I'm like, I don't need gold foiling, no silver foiling, give me copper foiling. But that is cute. Let's, ooh, we got some sprayed edges. I like the little bear there. So, is that a bear? Yeah, that's a bear. And then, ooh, this is, oh, I really like Under the Dust Jacket. So, there's the front. What I really like is the spine, because it looks like a vintagey kind of book. I really like that. And then we also have some end paper art as well. And we also have it on the back. Ta-da! And I believe there's like a little author's note as well put in the beginning. So this edition is so cute, and I definitely like a good fairy tale inspired story, so I'll have to check it out. Anyway, thank you so much to Illumicrate for sending me another box. If you guys don't know, I am currently an Illumicrate rep. Don't know how long my code will be good for because this is the last month of the rep term or whatever. So if you want to use it soon, it's Katie5, and you can get 5% off a 3 or 6 month subscription. So thank you again so much to Illumicrate for sending me another box, because it's so fun. I love a good unboxing. So there is that. Aside from that, I don't really have much of an update for you. So I'm going to go. I will probably catch up with you guys tomorrow when I start A Curse for True Love, and we'll see how it goes. I'm so excited. So I'll talk to you guys later. So it is now Sunday afternoon. I have, as you guys saw, started A Curse for True Love, and I'm already on page 182. I swear I feel like I picked this book up 5 minutes ago, but it has been flying by so far. I feel like Stephanie Garber just has the type of books that you can just absolutely lose yourself in, and they're so easy to read, but they're so just fun and whimsical, and I'm really liking it so far, obviously. Although, as I've been reading more of this book, I'm realizing just how little I remember of what happened in the second book. Like, I remember the general feelings that I had towards the things that were happening at the end of The Ballad of Never After, but like specific events, like I got nothing. And I don't know why, because I know like big things happen at the end of that book, but I can't remember what they are. So when things are brought up in this book, I'm like, well, that is news to me, but okay. So like, I probably should have reread maybe like the last couple chapters of The Ballad of Never After, but I'm not going to. I'm already far enough into this one that like, it'll be fine. But I am starting to question my own memory, because it really hasn't been like that. Well, I guess it has been like almost a whole year since I read Ballad, so I suppose that kind of makes sense now that I think about it. I digress. But with this book, there are just so many moments that I have been like screaming already, to be honest. I started like very casually tabbing this, like not annotating it because I don't really care enough to like fully annotate this, but I picked a nice little pink color, and these are just like some fun little moments. Oh, just some fun little moments. I love Jax and Evangeline so much. So like anytime there's literally any reference to like, you know, them being in love or whatever, I'm like, oh, stunning. Honestly, like so stunning. Also, like a little side note is I'm really liking Evangeline's character specifically in this book, because I feel like, at least in the first one, I don't exactly remember, like I said, much about Ballad, but I know she like, you know, she's making some stupid decisions, she's doing some stupid things, but like in this book, I feel like, you know, she's become very strong-willed, and like seeing her put these men in their places, I'm like, it's about time. Thank you. Like, I just have a lot more respect for her than I used to. But it's kind of nice to see her character development over the course of the series, because there are just some men, one man specifically, in this book that is pissing me off. And like, obviously that's the point. This kind of needs to happen, but makes me upset. Also, as always, I'm absolutely loving Stephanie Garber's writing. It is always so beautiful, and just the way she describes things, it's so whimsical. And because this series has such an emphasis put on fairy tales, I feel like her writing complements that concept exquisitely. And I've just been enjoying it so much so far. I'm really excited to see what is going to happen. I feel like I'm gonna go finish it up like today, to be honest, because it is such a fast read. Like, I can't get over it. I feel like every time I look up, I'm like 50 pages further than I was the last time. And I was like, what happened? Because like my attention span is really not that good. So it's just been, oh, it's been so fun so far. However, in an attempt to like not finish this book, like just in one go, because it is the last book in the series and I do want to try and savor it just a little bit more. Like I'm probably still gonna finish it today, but I do want to take a break. But I do have a project for the afternoon because it involves my reading journal. I realized earlier this morning that I am running out of room on my shelves. Like, I have 2 spots left. That's gonna go for Iron Flame and A Curse for True Love. But obviously we still have like 2 months left of the year, so I need to make another bookshelf page. Even though this is already my second one that I have made for the year, I need to make another one. It's gonna be a lot smaller. I'm probably gonna have like the window take up the whole page and then like do some sparse bookshelves over here is what I'm thinking. But I can't believe I'm already running out of room, to be honest. But I'm excited because I do really enjoy making these spreads. So I thought we could do that this afternoon as well. And then I'm going to get back into Curse and it's just gonna be a really fun day. So let's go do that and I'll see you guys later. Monday morning and I have indeed made some more progress in A Curse for True Love. Also, I need to talk about my journaling first, actually. That is the last thing you saw. I finished my little spread. I think it's so cute. I really like this, and the fact that I had like some more space to work with because I wasn't putting as many books on this was nice. But I did want to mention that like all credit for this spread goes to Mandy Journals on Instagram, and all of her journaling spreads are so gorgeous, so I will link that down below because I do want to give credit where credit is due. But I love it, and I think making these is just such a good time. So there's that. I cannot wait to start using it, honestly. Back to what we were talking about. We're talking about A Curse for True Love. So I have made it to page 314. I had no clue I was this far. I'm gonna say the same thing that I said yesterday. I just feel like I'm flying through this book. Like every time I look at the page count, I'm like 75 pages further than I was the last time. And I feel like it's been such a long time since a book has captured my attention quite like this one has. It's just so easy to read. It's so fun. I'm having such a good time. This series is just so whimsical and lovely, and I love it so much. So I'm just really enjoying this. Also, as I have read more of this book, I'm just realizing how toxic, honestly, both of the men in this series are, and I just want to put it out there that I will not support toxic men unless they are in fantasy books. Like, there's this one scene, because throughout the entirety of this book, Jax is like trying to convince Evangeline that he is just like a terrible person. And like, he kind of is, but he's like, he had this line, he was like, I like pain, I like blood, I like hurting people. I was like, okay, and Evangeline was kind of like, but I don't care. And I was like, you know what, girl, I feel you on that, because I also don't care. Like, if I was reading a normal romance book and some man was saying this, I'd be running the other way so quickly. But because it's in like this fantasy setting, I'm like, all right, and like, your point? I still love Jax and Evangeline. I need them to end up together for my own sanity. And if it doesn't happen, I will riot. But aside from that, I don't really know if I have much else to say about it right now. I feel like it's a very simple plot. There's really not a lot going on. It's pretty straightforward, and I also don't want to like start talking spoilers because this is the third book in the series, so like I don't want to say too much. Like, obviously I'm talking about Jax and Evangeline, but like, if you've even just glanced in the direction of the book community, I feel like you are aware. So I hope that's not a spoiler for anybody. Aside from that, like, I'm not gonna say anything. Like, I am just going to spend the morning finishing up this book. I have like 70. Oh, I forgot there were bonus epilogues. Hang on. Don't mind my giant pile of clothing in the chair. You don't see it. I'm trying to remember if she was doing the thing where she was doing different epilogues in each book for like different editions. So like, this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive, but I want to see like if the Waterstones one has a different one. They are different. Oh, that's so fun. Okay, so I'm obviously gonna have to read both of these. I'm glad I have both of these editions. Like, honestly, I didn't buy it for that reason. I'm just crazy and I really wanted both of them. But that's exciting. So when I finish this one, I can definitely like see what's up in both of them. So that's really fun. I think I got off on a tangent here. I think I have like 70 pages left, so I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to be so sad when I finish this book, to be honest, because just rereading this reminds me how much I love Stephanie Garber's worlds, but I do believe she might be writing another series set in this world, which is everything I could possibly need. So I could be wrong, but like, but anyway, I'm rambling. Since it's currently 10, I think I'm also going to have time to read Spy Family Volume 10 before I have to go to class later, which I'm really excited about. And then I feel like finishing this book today will be perfect because then tomorrow I can just jump into Iron Flame and I cannot wait. So I'm gonna go finish this book, read both of the alternate endings, and I will talk to you guys after. Officially finished A Curse for True Love, and I did read both of the what are they called? Alternate epilogues. There we go. With the Barnes & Noble exclusive, I really liked this alternate epilogue. It was just really cute. This one, however, is just making me realize that Evangeline is too nice for her own good, and I'll leave it at that. But it is time to just like give you guys my general thoughts on this book. Obviously, I absolutely loved it. It was so fun. I just love Stephanie Garber's writing so much. I feel like the plot of this one, it was a little messy at times. I just feel like there were certain things that were happening that I was like, why is this happening right now? But at some point I was kind of just like going along with it. I was like, yeah, this is fine. I'm still having a really good time, so I don't even care. I also think that the ending of this one was a little convenient. Like, just the things that happened, like, they happened really quickly. But by the time I got to the end of the book, I was like, I don't need more plot. Like, I'm content with what has happened. Like, I don't care about what is going on with these other people. Like, I'm very happy with how things ended. I'm very just content with this book. I feel like, even though the plot of this one is a little, like, I just don't know. But I feel like this is probably my favorite book of the series. I feel like these books just continue to like get better, because when I initially read Once Upon a Broken Heart, I didn't absolutely love it. I think I gave that book like a 3.5, 3.75 maybe. I like rounded it to a 4, but I think there were just a lot of parts in that book that didn't really grab me. I was a little bored reading it. And then when I read Ballad last year, the like first half of the book, I was also kind of bored. But then the second half of it like really picked up, and that's why I gave that book a 5-star. But I feel like this last one was consistently good throughout, and it kept my attention the whole time. I wasn't bored. I feel like the plot was moving really quickly, but it just worked, you know? Like, maybe it's a 5-star, I'm not sure. If I was gonna rate it, I would probably give it a high 4-star, but I'm only really rating books that I'm giving 5 stars now, so like, maybe I'll give it a 5-star. I need to think about it a little bit because I did finish it, you know, like 3 minutes ago, so I'm gonna think on this a little bit, but I would probably give it a 5-star because I just really enjoyed my time reading it. There is A Curse for True Love, and I can mark off another book off of my 2023 TBR, which is very exciting. It's currently 11. I will probably read Spy Family Volume 10 at some point soon, so I guess we'll go do that. Yeah, it sounds good. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning, meaning it is the most exciting day of the year. Not really, but it kind of feels like that because I now have in my hands Iron Flame. Oh, I'm so excited. So I went to Target this morning because they're the place that opens up the earliest that like sells books around here. So got my copy of Iron Flame. We got the map. I'm so excited. Okay, we've established the fact that I'm excited. I need to go start this. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna set up my annotation key. I believe I'm just gonna annotate it the same way I annotated Fourth Wing. I'm hoping I have like enough of the right color tabs, but I guess we will see. Also, I did buy some other things at Target, which I'm gonna show you because I was walking through their like Christmas section and they had some socks and I was like, these are kind of funky and kind of cute. So we have these squiggly ones. And we have these which have like little champagne bottles on them, and I thought they were, I was like, you know, they're kind of cute. I always need more socks, especially like this length of crew socks. Like these are the perfect length of crew socks. So there's my sock haul. But also yesterday I did start Spy Family Volume 10. I still have not finished it. I think I need to stop reading Spy Family, guys. It's just not good. And I'm so sad. I really liked the beginning of it because we were kind of getting Twilight Lloyd, whatever you want to call him, his backstory, which was depressing, but it was very insightful and I liked that. But then when we got back to like the normal story, I was like, I don't care. Like, and I'm so upset about it because I loved the first 4 volumes of Spy Family, but like no volumes have been the same since those, and I don't know what to do about that. So like, if somebody would be kind enough to just, you know, read the rest of the volumes and let me know what volume they finally like reveal to each other what they are, that'd be great. But I just don't know. I feel very sad about it. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. I got my Diet Coke this morning, so you know we're good to go. And let's go set up my annotation key. I will probably also, I know I said I was gonna stop talking. I will probably also like decorate this little front page here as well. I'm gonna do just the same thing that I did for Fourth Wing because I like how it looks. So there we go. Plans for the morning include that. Plans for the rest of the day also include that. Although this is a long book. I don't know how long this is gonna take me to finish, but like I have faith that this book will be good. Like, to be honest, if it's not good, I'm gonna like throw myself off the parapet, but I feel like it's gonna be really good. So yes, even though I've been hyping it up in my head for 6 months, I have faith that it will not disappoint. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm sorry, I'm just like way too excited this morning. And I'm gonna go set up my annotation key, and I will talk to you guys when I have an update. video. It is much later, and obviously I have started Iron Flame, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Although I can't lie, it did take me quite a bit to figure out what my annotation key was gonna be. I know, really important stuff here. Because originally I wanted to use the same colors that I used to annotate Fourth Wing so they could, like, you know, match. I was like, that could be kind of nice. Yeah, I don't have enough of those tabs left. I'm running out of all my tabs. So that didn't work. So I had to kind of piece together the ones that I had, and I actually do really like how this looks. I feel like it complements the cover of the book really well. So I'm content with that. I also did do my little decoration on the front of it, which I think is so cute. I saw, I think it was Jody, she decorated like the front page of Fourth Wing with these little stickers that I got. Well, I mean, I didn't get them from Cass's Etsy shop because she sent them to me, and I don't think she sells these anymore. But these were on Cass's Etsy shop at one point in time. They're just little dragon stickers, but I thought that was a really cute idea, so I wanted to do that with this as well. And I really like it. But aside from those things that have nothing to do with like how I'm actually feeling about this book, honestly, like for the first maybe like 20 or 30 pages of this book, I was a little unconvinced. I was like, I just don't know if this is going to be as good as the first one. And I'm still not entirely convinced that it is going to be as good as the first one, but I am convinced that it's still going to be good and just a fun read, you know? Although I feel like kind of the same thing happened with Fourth Wing, although I think for that one, it took me like 100 pages to like fully get into it. But with this one, I feel like we've kind of gotten into what exactly the plot of this book is going to be, and I'm just ready and excited to read some more of it. Also, I was a little bit worried that this book would not take place at the War College like the first one did, because that was obviously one of like the main draws for Fourth Wing, is that it takes place at this super cool dragon riding school. But due to the events at the end of the first book, I just wasn't sure if we were gonna go back to Basgiath or not, but we did. And like that's kind of where we're at now. I don't know if the entirety of this book is going to take place there or not, but for now we're there, and I'm really excited about that because Violet is now a second year, so it's interesting to see her step into some new roles. She is now not, you know, a lowly first year. She's kind of experiencing some more freedom. However, there are some new additions to the staff at Basgiath that I just want to throw off the parapet. I know I've already made a joke about the parapet in this video, but they suck. Oh my god, like so many people in this book just ignite so much rage in my soul. And I know that's the point, but like they're doing their job at infuriating me really well. So we can only hope that eventually they get their comeuppance. Something else that I do want to talk about is that the writing, like for the most part, it's fine. Honestly, like the characters talk in a very like modern fashion, and like that doesn't bother me because this book isn't trying to like be set in the past or anything. But some of the things that the characters are saying, I'm like, stop. I kind of was thinking that since one of the main critiques I saw of Fourth Wing was the fact that there was some cringy dialogue in it, I thought maybe Rebecca Yarros would like not do that in Iron Flame. But no, there have definitely been, man, there have been a few lines that I'm just like, why would you leave this in? Who let this be in the final product? But honestly, like kind of the same deal with Fourth Wing, I've just accepted that this is what it is. It doesn't impact my reading experience. I just have to casually look away when I see those lines. But aside from that, everything is fine. Still really enjoying it. Definitely very excited to see some more of Xaden and Violet's relationship because obviously I'm obsessed. We're all obsessed. And I feel like Rebecca Yarros did a good job at like adding some angst back into the relationship, which is really what I need to like stay invested in what's going on with Xaden and Violet. Because I feel like in a lot of fantasy series that are like fantasy romance based, when the couple gets together but the books keep going, I get really bored. I just really need like a slow build in my relationship over the course of the series. And I feel like while you had some things going on in Fourth Wing, I just think the turn that their relationship has taken is good, and it's going to keep me like obviously wanting to read more. But I also think that this series does a good job at balancing out the romance and the plot, because recently it has been very plot based, very like politics heavy, and to be honest, I am retaining none of it. There was a lot of info dumping in the first couple of chapters, which was also not helping with my enjoyment of it at that point in time. But that kind of stopped. I think they were kind of just like, you know, getting things established for this book, but now that we've gotten further into it, it's kind of like same vibes as Fourth Wing, which is all I really could have asked for. So yes, those are my rambly thoughts so far on Iron Flame. Did I even tell you guys how far I made it into this book? I'm currently on page 109. I think I'm on chapter 12. So yeah, I have quite a bit to go. Obviously I'm not finishing this today because I'm not totally insane, but my goal is to read a bunch of this because I am just really enjoying my time. Those are all of my thoughts for now. I'm going to go read some more, hopefully a lot today, and I'll catch up with you guys when I've made some more progress. So it is Wednesday morning, and I do indeed have an update for you guys on Iron Flame, but we'll talk about that in a second, because I did get some book mail yesterday, and obviously I got my, what's this called? The exclusive holiday edition of Fourth Wing. I love the red so much. I think it's so cool. It's also got the black sprayed pages. I'm a big fan of this, so I'm really glad I got one. So there's that. And now it is time to talk about Iron Flame. I have made it up to part 2 now, just page 340-ish. Here's how the tabs are looking. Had a lot to say. And again, I'm just still really enjoying this. I love these characters, and I feel like we've definitely been getting more information about like side characters, which I'm really enjoying. Because in the first book, obviously they were present, but I didn't really think much about them because we didn't get a lot of time with them in the first book. But I feel like, especially in the last 100 or so pages that I've been reading, there's been a focus on like Violet and her squad mates and how they work together. And I just love them all so much, to be honest. And the plot it's good. I like it. But I do have a couple of things, like a couple of critiques about this book so far. The main one being is that I'm getting the vibe that this book is too long. I feel like 640 pages probably wasn't necessary. I don't know. I feel like the pacing is weird so far because there are exciting things happening. And when we get to those exciting things, I'm like, wow, that was so cool. But the times in between, I just feel like nothing is happening. And I feel like I've been reading this book for an eternity already, to be honest. And like, I'm still really liking it because it's mainly the characters in this series that I love so much. So like anytime that I get to, you know, hang out with them, that's cool. But I just feel like it's too long. And like the pacing is also just odd, and I really don't think I'm liking this one as much as I enjoyed Fourth Wing. But honestly, this is kind of what I expected because Fourth Wing was so fun. Everything was new. You were learning about the dragons. You were getting this whole like enemies to lovers plot line. It was a really fun time, very explosive ending. It was like just everything about Fourth Wing I feel like worked. And like having to follow that up obviously is really hard, but I just feel like this book needs to be shorter. I don't know. There was definitely like something big that happened at the end of the part 1, which I was definitely like, I was into that. Like that was really good. Like when those explosive parts happen, because there have been a few of them, I'm like, oops. just dropped it. Like when those explosive parts happen, I'm like, wow, this is really good. I'm really engaged in the plot. It's just those times between where I'm just like, can we do things a little bit faster maybe? Also, this is a me problem really. It's not necessarily like, well, actually no, it is. It is a valid complaint. Because at some point, Xaden and Violet started writing each other letters, okay? And when I saw that was being introduced into the plot, I was like, let's go. I love it when characters, especially in a romance, write letters to each other. It is one of my favorite things. But we don't get to see the letters. No letters have been witnessed by my eyes, and I am upset about it. Like, there have been excerpts from the letters, but I just want to see, like, the whole thing. Like, give me the whole thing, please. That's all I'm asking for. Is honestly very upsetting. Like, don't tempt me with, like, the writing letters to each other trope and not deliver. But, you know, other than that, it's good. I'm having a good time. I've definitely, I've had some reactions, shall we say. There are some things going on that I've had reactions to, and like, it's good. It's really good, but it's not as good as Fourth Wing, but I really, really liked Fourth Wing, so that's not saying that this book is bad. It's just, in comparison, it's not as good, because I am still enjoying my time. I mean, like, yesterday I sat down at like 1 o'clock to like truly sit down and get into it, you know, and I think I read until like 9, but I am hoping to finish this up today because honestly, what else am I gonna do with my time, you know? So I'm gonna go get into it. I'm really excited to see what the second half of this book is going to hold, and let's go. It's later, obviously, and I just finished Iron Flame. Yeah, here are my tabs. They're looking good. I'm a big fan. Well, I mean, they're kind of hard to see. Oh, there we go. I just want to know what the fuck. The things that I've witnessed in the last like 100 pages. I don't know what to do with this information. But I don't like it. Up until 75 pages ago, I was getting real bored. I can't lie. I still think this book is way too long, to be honest. Like, there's no reason why this book needed to be over 600 pages. I feel like if it was like 500 pages, that would have been good. Like, similar length to Fourth Wing would have been good, but it was just way too long. Once I got to like the last 75 pages of this book, oh my god, I was on the edge of my seat. I went through so many emotions in such a short span of time. I went through shock, mild betrayal, excitement, because the last battle, oh my god, it was so cool, to be honest. Like, the way it was written and like the things that the characters are doing, I was like, that is so badass. I love it. And then I went through shock again. more mild betrayal. Sadness? I was like crying. Like, not fully crying, but like my eyes, they were watering heavily at like, there's this one scene, I can't talk about it. Where was it? Right, I was at the sadness and then more shock. Like literally, the piece of information that is revealed at the very end of this book, I was screaming, like audibly screaming. I was like, what? And I just have no clue what is about to happen in the third book in this series. Like, where is this going? I am scared. But also, like, I think it's good that it's gonna be a minute before the third one is released because I need time to recover emotionally, mentally, physically, I just need to recover. Like, there were definitely good parts in this book up until like the last 75 pages of this book, but then like, bam, it was just hit after hit after hit, and it was really good though. Like, those last 75 pages honestly kind of saved the book for me because I just I was getting really bored and that's not good. But yeah, that last chunk. Whew. Overall, Iron Flame, it was good. It was not really disappointing, I guess, but it's not as good as Fourth Wing. But I was kind of mentally preparing myself for this not to be as good as Fourth Wing, so like I feel like my expectations were somewhat in the right place with it, which made it just a really, for the most part, enjoyable reading experience. There are definitely a lot of issues with this book, which is slightly upsetting. First of all, the one that I've said like a million times at this point, it's way too long. I feel like if the pace was just a bit snappier, I would have been eating it up, but it wasn't. I also feel like there's a lot of repetition in this book, mainly of just like conversations, arguments for sure. Like, I swear Xaden and Violet just spent the entirety of this book arguing about the same thing. And I was like, okay, maybe like one or two arguments I get, but like, can we move on, please? But obviously, I love these characters so much. Violet is such a badass, and I think she's such a good main character to follow. I also love the side characters. I love the dragons. Like, honestly, the dragons are what make this book for me. They're so fun. Also, this world is super cool. I love the magic system so much because if you haven't read Fourth Wing, the magic in this system is tied to like bonds that riders make with their dragons, and it's so cool to see how that manifests and what they can do with it. Like, it's just so sick, to be honest. So there are all of my thoughts on Iron Flame. I feel like I've been through it these last 2 days. I've been on a journey with these characters, and I just need a break. Emotionally, I need a break. But I am also going to be ending this vlog. This is the outro, seeing as I have read both of the books that I wanted to read in this vlog. Well, actually, there was like a third book that I wanted to read, but I'm not finishing Spy Family Volume 10. I just can't do it. I wish I could, but I'm going to like softy enough it. Maybe I'll get back to it. We'll see. Like, if I have some time later this week, I might read the rest of it, but for now, it's just gonna stay where it is. But in this vlog, I also read A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber, and I think honestly, out of the two of these, A Curse for True Love is kind of my favorite. Like, it was just so fun. Like, yeah. I've been seeing a lot of like critiques for this book, which I definitely think are valid, but I just had such a fun time reading it. It was so delightful, honestly. And I really liked it as the conclusion to this series. So I don't really have any critical thoughts about this one. I just thought it was really fun. So there's that. Anyway, I have done it. I've read 2 of my most anticipated releases for the year, and I don't think either of them really disappointed. Like, obviously I had some things to say about Iron Flame, but that is not to say that it was not a really fun time. Although honestly, like, what am I going to do now? I read like my 2 most anticipated releases for the year, aside from Chain of Thorns, which feels like it was an eternity ago. But, and like, I know like there are some good books coming out in December because Heartstopper Volume 5 comes out in December, so does Ruthless Vows, so like, obviously I'm anticipating those. But these were the 2 that I was anticipating the most, so now that they're done, like, what do I do? I just don't know. Honestly, I've had such a fun time filming this vlog, which I assumed I would, seeing as I'm reading 2 books that I was super freaking excited about. So it was just a good week. I really hope you guys also enjoyed the vlog. Obviously, if you have read either of these books, please talk about them with me. But if you have not read either of these, I would love to just chat about anything with you guys. Do you plan on reading these? Do you not plan on reading these? Or if you just want to tell me like whatever you're reading right now. I am all ears. Also, before we go, I did want to thank everybody over on my Patreon if you guys are ever looking for more content from me. We do some fun stuff over there. It's always linked down below. Our monthly buddy read for November is Powerless by Lauren Roberts, which I'm really excited about. So if you want to join, you could. I'm like sad now that the vlog is over. I need to go process these emotions, and I will see you guys in my next vlog.